Test, test, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is the microphone working?
Oh shit. That's loud. Okay, everybody, welcome back. It's Xanthium here, and I've got a blanket on because I'm very cold, because it's actually snowing outside here in good old Oregon, Portland. Topic of the video is basically talking about what I think is going on with the Pikmin franchise, specifically Pikmin 4, but there's another piece to it that just got added to the puzzle. So I'm mainly going to be talking about that. So, let's begin. So this all kind of started, or at least me wanting to make this video started because, well, one, I love Pikmin. Two, we've heard nothing about Pikmin 4, aside from the fact that Miyamoto's been teasing it on and off again for the past couple of years. And then, just today, a rumor came out, or, well, I guess by the time of this video, just yesterday, a rumor came out that we're getting a Nintendo Direct on the 13th of February, which is in just a couple of days. And one of the rumored titles that's supposed to be there is maybe a Pikmin 3 port. Now, the guy who said that a Direct might be happening didn't necessarily specify that this is a Direct where that will be revealed, but he did imply that it's a game that will be released this year, which is a Pikmin 3 port for the Switch. And this is what I'm going to say about that, and why I think it is a good sign. We have to go all the way back to the GameCube, where Pikmin first came out. Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 came out on the GameCube respectively. Originally it was played with the good old GameCube no controller.
Why, thank you.
Oh my god!
And then Nintendo was all like, hey, what if we did a thing where we take Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2 and we put both of them on the Wii! Wow! Naturally, when they did that, they put in new motion controls using the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, and they were great! Like, once I played Pikmin with a Wii Remote, it was hard to go back and play it with a GameCube controller in some ways, because it's so accurate, it feels so nice. When Nintendo had initially announced that they were putting both of these on the Wii, at the time, when I was a little kid, I was like, so does that mean they're finally going to make a third one and put it on the Wii, and they're releasing these so that people can get used to the controls of like, using motion controls so that people could play the games that they already know, just using different controls, so when the new game comes out, they'll already be used to using the new controls, because they played these, right? That's what my thinking was at the time. And I think I was right. I think it was Nintendo that screwed up, and let me tell you why. Pikmin 3 was originally supposed to come out on the Wii, and it was actually a retooled Wii game that was enhanced and then put on the Wii U when it did finally come out. So I think Nintendo's original plan was to release Pikmin 3 on the Wii, and they did release these so that they could get people used to using pointer controls with Pikmin games, so that when the third one came out, people could just do it naturally, right? That made sense to me, at least. And Pikmin 3 finally did come out in 2013 on the Wii U, but you know, you use the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck, and then you also had the Wii U gamepad back here, which you would use to like click on the places that you wanted to send the captains and everything. The point is that Nintendo likes to think ahead, and I think that by doing that, by releasing those games both on the GameCube and the Wii, that they were specifically saying, hey, you guys have already played these games before, you know how they control, you know how they work, but get ready, because the third one's not going to work like that, and we're going to be using pointer controls. So let's get people used to pointer controls, right? That makes sense to me, at least, okay? So, hold out on me. Now, we're getting to the rumor. Pikmin 3 coming to the Switch. Do I think it's going to happen? I hope so. Tons of games have been ported from the Wii U to the Switch, and they've worked. I think they've worked, if you ask me. I mean, I know there's a whole lot of controversy about there being a bunch of ports on the Switch, and yes, I also would prefer new games, but I can understand from Nintendo's perspective why they are porting these games, because nobody played them. The company wants money, and they are using the money from these ports to, one,
gauge interest, and 2, decide what to do next, okay? And 3, make money, of course, right? Because who doesn't want to make money? I think Nintendo's releasing these ports because they're like, well, if they sell well, that lets us know, even if we aren't going to make something immediately, that people like things like this. People like things like this. These things sell well. The money speaks, right? So if they port these games that maybe didn't sell that well on the system they came out on because it had a limited install base because almost nobody bought it in comparison to the Switch. And I think that by putting Pikmin 3 on the Switch, Nintendo is doing 3 things. Gauging interest, deciding what to do next, and making money, right? So this is what I think is going on. Nintendo's going to put Pikmin 3 on the Switch to see how well it sells. If people like it a lot, I think they're going to focus a little bit more on Pikmin 4. But I also think it's another strategy maybe that they are putting it on the Switch to get brand awareness, right? Because if you put a Pikmin game, which is a lesser-known franchise, by the way, which a lot of people know, like, it's not up there with Mario and everything, but they're still recognizable. Like, you'll see a Pikmin, you'll be like, oh, like, a good amount of people will be like, oh, that's a Pikmin, whoa, right? But brand awareness on a system that had 13 million installs, and then what are we at right now? Like 32 million? It's double, more than double, of the Wii U's entire install base. Like, you're gonna get a lot more recognition for your product when it's available to more people. That just makes business sense. This is not what I wanted, but I still bought it. It's really ironic when I say that money are words, you know, like money translates to what you want, you know, and Nintendo sees it that way, and that's what kind of like my point is. And yet I bought the game that I didn't want more of, but only bought because it has the characters I like in it. So it's because I'm a sucker. While I do think putting it on there can increase brand awareness, considering that the Switch's install base is so much bigger than the Wii U's ever was, you can get more people recognizing what a Pikmin even is. That's great. That's awesome. More awareness for your brand is always a great thing. With that is seeing then, once you make your brand out there, how many people are actually getting attached to it. How many people are saying, I like this, I like that. Because then Nintendo can gauge interest, like I said, in the Pikmin franchise. Are people liking it? Yes. Oh, okay. So then that means we should make more of it, or make more things like it. Then, another reason for putting Pikmin 3 on the Switch would be to get people used to the controls. Because on the Switch, you can't use a Wii Remote and Nunchuck. On the Switch, you can't use a Wii U gamepad. You just can't. But, hear me out. I think they are putting it on the Switch so that they can get people used to the controls for when Pikmin 4 inevitably gets released on the Switch. I don't know when that's going to be, right? But I think Nintendo can do no wrong by putting Pikmin 3 on the Switch. And so let me tell you, right? You got the Switch here. You got the Switch here. Okay? See the cute little Switch. You can play it like this. You can play Pikmin 3 like this. Just like you could on the Wii U gamepad. You know? You can play it with this. Just like you could with the Pro Controller for the Wii U. You can play it with one of these. And you can do that. You can do tabletop. You can play it on your TV. Then hear me out. You could play it with a Wii Remote and a Nunchuck, right? Or, what if they made gyro controls much better? And you could point with the right one and then move with the left one. I think it could work. Then when you release another one, people will know how to play it. They can jump right into it, and they won't complain as much about how the controls are kind of weird, you know? And so ain't that gonna be great? Ain't that gonna be just wonderful? So you can get people used to the brand, you can get people interested, you can get people used to the controls, you can get more money, assuming people buy it, and I know I would be one of those people. Pikmin 3 is a great game, and this is another thing. If you guys never got a Wii U, which most people didn't, I would recommend, if they do announce Pikmin 3 at this Direct or sometime this year to come out this year, just give it a shot. even if you return it, give it a shot, because it is absolutely wonderful, and I feel like Pikmin is such an underrated franchise compared to a lot of other things. It's absolutely unique, absolutely adorable, it's overflowing with personality, and it's just beautiful. It really is beautiful. Even the games on the GameCube that came out years ago almost look lifelike. So thank you all for watching. I hope that Pikmin fans that watch this think that maybe what I said isn't 100% crazy, and that maybe it has some rhyme or reason to it, and I hope it does as well. But to me, thinking from a business marketing perspective, that makes sense. Like, what I said makes sense. I mean, maybe to everybody it doesn't, but to me it does. So, we'll see. Hopefully we'll see sooner than later. Hopefully we get a direct sooner than later. Because right now, I'm starving for a direct. I can't take it anymore.